What's good, y'all boys? Hold up real fast. Guys know I had to do a stream real fast. Break down what the latest news is looking like. College football game coming out tomorrow. CS7 is near. It's almost here, boys. Let's see what we got here. We got Lito in the building. Rodney Goins, Drew Brewer, Darius Hodge. Amber, what's good, man? We got Commissioner Cole. We got Jeremy the Torn Define. That's a long name. I'll just call you Jeremy. Caleb Combs. We got ESJ in the building. Keenan Bush. I'm sure more is going to be coming here in a little bit. But really wanted to hop into this stream because this is more so a stream that is going to lead to what the future is going to hold here for the RFL College Series. Let me know if this music is too loud, though, before I continue to dive in further into this latest information. What's going on, Chris Clips? Boy, got Dior Gore in the building. Everything sounding good? What's good, CP? Darius Hodge with the $50 dono. Look, Darius Dollar's already showing out. So let's get this stream started off right. CS7 is about to be so far. It is about to be a movie, that is for sure, my guys. Again, more people pouring in, and he said, sounds good to me. All right, cool. As long as you guys are able to hear me over it, I can leave that playing a little bit in the background, just for something to hear. But I first want to talk about what the potential limitations are. Before we get into that, this is a video that RFL, new guys who just now found out about the RFL, can learn about what the RFL is. And as you can see from the title and from the thumbnail, the RFL is pretty much the ultimate CPU versus CPU league. This is not only just a league where we're just watching it, but a league in which you can get involved in the in it. You know what I'm saying? You can create a player. Of course, there comes a fee with it because that's the way we're able to grow our brand and make money to put and invest that back into things. But at the same time, you're able to really see your journey from the college level all the way up to the pros, and this is going to be our 7th season that we got coming up here, guys. So for those who are new, welcome to the RFL. Hopefully you plan to join sometime soon, and you will see why this is the ultimate CPU versus CPU league. And you can check out a lot of that content on the channel. Things are broken up in a playlist. You can go by season, even look at what happened in the past, and so forth. If you're looking to join the RFL, visit our website at relocationfootballleague.com and apply as soon as you can, because applications will be closing on the 16th. And I'm pretty sure the creation stream that we're going to have tomorrow, once the college football 25 game drops, is going to boost a lot of interest and guys hype to be like, oh, I want to be a part of this. So we already know the game's coming out tomorrow. With that being said, we had some concerns because, of course, with the NIL, I'm grateful for the NIL. As a player who played D1, didn't get to get any money. All I gotta say is the NIL is great, but for the video game in some areas it creates limitations, and that limitation really comes from editing the players, right? From players who opted in, players who probably opted out. Let me go ahead and switch up the soundtrack, throw something else on maybe. But for players who already are in the game, they already have it where you can't edit these guys. You really can't do anything with them. So that part is kind of disappointing in a sense. And again, we know what they're doing it for. But then, of course, it raises questions to what we do. And that comes down to the generic players. Are we able to edit players that aren't the real life players? Can we advance in the future and get the real life players out of there so that we can create our own players, in a sense, to have those guys carry on the story and so forth moving forward into the RFL, or for anybody who's doing this into their own thing, you know? So here's the issues. If there are limitations like this for editing, I've been hearing that some things that could potentially be an issue that can't be edited is jersey numbers, face and skin tone, and attributes. Attributes would be huge for us. But the reason why there's going to be a win in an RFL College Series 7 regardless on this new game is because of Team Builder. And thank God they're going to be bringing Team Builder back. Team Builder would at least allow us to be able to put forth and create the returning players who played in RFL College Series 7. College Series 6, excuse me, coming in College Series 7. So we've already made up our list. Mix, I don't know if you're here, but I think his list had over 80 guys returning from last year with their players. So that's going to be the first people we're going to create when we have our creation stream tomorrow. And so you're going to be able to watch that live as we're creating the returning players if we're able to edit. Now, again, that's a good thing because we know there's a plan at least in place for us to be able to create the returning players, right? But now we have to worry about how are we going to be able to have the new guys, like how much can the new guys really do, right? Because the good thing is the new guys were already told you're not going to be able to come in like the past where you had the 99 attribute, 390s, and you got to pick some attributes coming in. Now you have to select a player based off of your application and what you paid for the player to take over, right? So if you're taking over a player that is a 90 something overall, you want to be able to change his face, you want to be able to change his number, but again, we don't know if that's going to be fully capable of being done in this game when it releases. Now what I would do is I'm going to show you guys the Discord real fast. This is the RFL Discord. Guys, of course, are already hype about what's going on, but I'm trying to scroll up to what we were talking about earlier today when it comes to this, and you see guys excited because we got some decent news that might have just saved us, and I got to look off to the side here so that I can look at what's going on in the Discord as I scroll. But let's see right here, and shout out to my man Zach Tank. He tagged Mix. He said, I don't know if you've seen this, but looks like CS7 is in the clear. Now, when you click on this is what comes up. I'm not sure if it's showing the whole thing for you, but mainly this is the area we're worried about right here. They have an option for you to be able to edit a player, and it says commissioner only. Now, at first I was thinking, well, of course they're going to allow us to edit the player in terms of the areas that I said where it's just a jersey number, where it's just a gear and little things like that. But can we edit the attributes? But if you look further off to the right here, and unfortunately I can't stretch this out, but what this is saying, I'm gonna just follow along and you guys can see the main part right here. The setting controls whether or not the league member, whether or not a league member can edit player ratings on their team. Regardless of this setting, only the commissioner can edit players on other teams. All right, so I was concerned, but again, reading this says can edit player ratings, right? So that right there, if it's going based off of what it's saying, we should be able to edit individual player ratings, at least as a commissioner. And if this is a setting, then that means I should be able to give those who are willing to help create and build guys to the role in order for them to be able to do so. So that's great news, which means college coaches in the RFL College Series most likely can really be a thing. Now I know guys have been asking about the College Series and saying like, hey, and trying to be a coach, when is the applications coming out so that I can apply to be an RFL coach, College Series coach? Unfortunately, right now, the reason why I didn't put an application out or work on that as of yet is because I still don't know everything that's coming out with the game, right? We still don't know that into every fine detail, and we want to be able to know everything that the coaches will have access to be able to do when it comes to the life of and how it corresponds to the RFL. The RFL is a big deal because it's not only just the college level. You got to make it to the pros, and even the pros itself, even as bad as Madden at times have been, and guys been talking about it, we've been keeping it alive with some great content over the years. The RFL is heading into its 9th season in January, and that's the pro level of this league. And this is where you get to see the guys coming in, right? And so we wanted the RFL College Series to be something, especially on this game, that we can be able to watch, get the true atmosphere, because in the past years we were just using the RFL, the MMC mod, the Mad Mod community mod, and shout out to those guys for creating it, but it just wasn't what you're going to get out of this game. But now with us being able to edit players, that kind of puts us in the clear, right? So I think we're clear there. But again, I just want to reiterate this. If for some reason this does not hold up to what it's saying, the issue is, okay, if we can't edit players, we can use Team Builder to create the new guys coming back, right? Because you can edit players. So that's the good thing about it. Once we're able to create the player that's coming back and put them in the game, they said you could add up to 16 created team builder teams in a dynasty. So that's good, because we have 15 colleges currently that have returning players on them. So if we have returning players on 15 teams, that's enough right there, just enough for us to be able to put those team builder teams into the game, so that they can have their actual attributes transferred over from what they had in College Series 6. With that, again, we might not have to go that route, but if that does happen, the issue does become, when we advance in the future to get rid of the real life players, what's going to happen to the returning players in that file? That can create a problem as well. Maybe we can edit the players that are returning and keep them as freshmen until they just keep staying in the game and aren't able to leave for the draft or anything. That could be a possibility. If that's not able to happen, then me and Mix and other guys were throwing around the idea that there's a possibility that we might have to go with the old RFL system, where we're kind of going in play now, but we're not going to utilize the entire 134 FBS school roster and teams as we intended to do when this game was coming out. Sucks, but one thing we can do is add 8 more teams to it to have a total of 40. So that way, 8 teams from the top 5 power conferences that we choose to make up the college series can be in each conference right there, so we can get a total of 20 games a week, and every game would be able to get streamed. So that's good from a content perspective, right? For guys who want to watch every game their players in, that's a possibility if we take that route. But we want to give you guys the entire experience of the RFL College Series, of FBS football, you know? So this is very big, because if we can get the play now, if we don't have to do the play now route, then it's going to be huge, and we're going to stream as much games as possible. We will not be able to stream every single game in a week in college football during the season. I'm gonna let you guys know that right now. We will try our best to get the most important games. And then with coaches, obligation will be that guys will have to stream every single game their team plays on the season. So if you have a coach for the college series, if everything goes well, then you are guaranteed to have every single one of your games to watch from your player. Again, what this is, to throw back to the thumbnail and the title of this video, the RFL is a huge simulation, CPU versus CPU league, right? And you're watching your player play from freshman year to however long you stay in the RFL, to in the college series, excuse me. So that way you can try to make it into the RFL. So those are kind of the big deals right now for new guys. I needed new guys to be able to come in here because this is very important. The creation stream will be tomorrow, all right? As soon as the college football game drops and it's able to be played, I am going live ASAP, and I am going to start trying to see what's all available and what can be done within the game, and we will all figure out right there within that moment what we're going to be able to do entirely for College Series 7. All right, so that's going to be huge for us, and I'll be able to start creating the returning guys. Now, that will even give us earlier to be able to move forward, and that'll give us earlier to be able to create those guys, get them out the way, and we might be able to create the new guys just like that in a snap of a hat. So if you're a new guy, you want to be here as fast as possible, because what we're doing, we're going in submission order. So whoever the first guy was to submit a player into the RFL College Series, that person will just search, say out the name and say, okay, this is the player that submitted a player, and now it's your time to select. It's going to be a lot of instructions that come with that, which I'll be breaking down tomorrow. Well, actually, yeah, I'll go more in depth on tomorrow so that you guys can know what to do, because you only had to pay the minimum fee of $15 for the minimum submission, which guarantees you at least a 70s overall player. Guys who wanted a higher overall player to be able to select from, if they are available, you guys have to be able to pay that fee during the stream or at the moment in order for that player to be created within that moment. If it's not paid right there, I will at least create your name over the player as like a place mark. But if somebody else is already there and they've already paid and they're like, yo, I'm ready to create this player right now, and I want to take his quarterback. The player you had, I put your name down, but you just got robbed, buddy. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be very crucial for you to be in the player creation stream. Not necessarily tomorrow. Again, that's for returning players. But after all returning players are made, it's the new guys up. So if you apply, make sure that you are here as best as possible. All right. Also, make sure that you get in the Discord. If you have not received an RFL Discord invite, please message either the RFL website or the Instagram. I know the Instagram at times is kind of hard for the responses, but try to message. I'm sure you will get a message back. And when you get a message back, we will be able to get you an invite just to make sure that you have submitted your application and that you're legit. Once we have the confirmation that you are a legit submitter of a player, then we'll send you that invite. You join the Discord, and me and you can literally have a DM conversation during the stream, just so that way when you're putting stuff in the YouTube chat, if you're trying to say, oh, I want this or I want this on my player, or as you're being created, and you know, guys are going to be talking a lot during the creation stream, so you don't want to have your what you're saying, your comments being buried. So we'll be setting up that so that you guys can be able to message me while I'm going live with the stream. And also I might have Nick's on here with me and a couple other guys building your players as well. And we're just looking around, but I think just for stream purposes, I might as well be the guy doing that for new guys, you know. But let's see what else. I think I mainly hit on the big topics. What I'm going to do is, if I don't have anything else for you guys, I know a lot of guys have sent messages and stuff already. I'll have an open Q&A, so I'll be reading through you guys' comments and answering those live right here before I roll out. But I believe I touched on just about everything that I needed to in terms of this. Just know that we don't know exactly what the structure of the College Series 7 is going to be. It might be a 40-team series. It might be all 134-team series. All right. But we do have plans in action for whatever is thrown our way. And we will figure that out together live tomorrow when the college football game drops. So with that being said, let me go ahead and end this chat. And if you said anything earlier, just so I don't get buried, please recomment what you said earlier, because from this point on, I'm just reading what's in the chat. All right, because I don't want to get caught up scrolling and then, you know what I mean, miss a whole bunch more. All right, so first question I see on here: can you create a player in Dynasty mode? From what I'm hearing, they're saying you can't really create one from scratch. But again, going back to what I showed within the Discord, Zach Tank provided some information, a visual right here showing that within the game it has oh yeah, you guys can't even really see this. Oh yeah, you guys can see it. All right, within the game it has player edit permission, and then it says can edit player ratings on their team. A league member can, and it says also only commissioner can edit players on other teams. Now, you know, that could, again, they could have just reworded this bad and we might not be able to edit ratings and things like that, but with it saying can edit player ratings on their team, this gives us hope that we may be able to do so, which will allow us to create players. And if we're not able to do that, the process in which we will have the new guys select, you probably won't even be able to change skin tones and stuff like that, which is going to be, that's going to be really tough. And I'm even thinking about that right now, even for returning guys. Wow. Yeah, we're going to have to figure something out. We'll figure it out all by tomorrow. But hopefully, yeah, we might not even be able to change you guys' skin tones like that. But we'll figure it out. We'll get you guys right. Might have to transfer some guys over or something. We'll find a way to get it done. But we should be able to edit players. I'm still ended up getting buried anyway. Oh man. It says TV says, can you edit any player? Yeah, you can edit players. Again, if it's a 134 team series, will all teams with users have their games played weekly or no. That is not guaranteed, and most likely that will not be the case if it's 134. All teams that has, it's about if you have a coach or not and how big your game is. We are really going to be able to stream at max on the channel up to 16 teams, 20 teams if we go the 40 teams route, right? The only thing is that won't be in a dynasty, and you won't get the momentum and everything that comes with actually having a season. Everything will be played now, so you won't have no momentum, none of that. It's just going to be straight up fresh start, 0-0-1, trying to get your first win every game type deal, like how it was in the past. And honestly, that we don't want that. But it's all about what the top games are. We're going to stream those on the channel, and we're looking at trying to create a secondary channel so that way we can stream whatever time we got extra for games that aren't going to be able to get on the main channel, but you guys will be able to watch it. But if you got a coach, again, you will have every game streamed, because that will be a part of their duty to make sure that they do so, even if we don't cover that game. We're getting closer, yes sir. And get Discord on your TV. Sir, yo. Oh wow. Why Sirius just started talking to me. Said my guy is Devontrez Turner, and I got my phone taken. I was wondering if my guy is still going to be in the league. Now, did you reinstate your player? If you did not reinstate your player, then he won't be. If you did reinstate your player, then you're good. Then whenever you get your phone back or whatever, we'll try to send you an invite or something, and that way you can join the RFL Discord and keep up from there. But we currently do, and you said Devontae, we can check that right now. Matter of fact, let me see. College Series news. Let's go ahead and get updated on Mix's list. Oh yeah, you guys can't see this right now at the moment. Let me see if I can screen share this. Window capture. All right. So, trying to make this fit. Trying to size this so that way you guys can be able to see it. There you go. All right, so here's the current list. Mix have been keeping track of. Excuse me. What is a track of? All right. So this is the list of returning guys and even new guys. So this is their colleges they're going to, who's already reinstated with their payment, and the position in which they're playing. And you said what your guy's name was? Devontrez Turner. I have a longer list than what you guys can see, but you guys probably already answered this. You probably didn't reinstate. I don't see your name on here. So he got kicked because that freaky stuff, but he was hacked. Oh yeah, if he didn't pay, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, your players at this point is dropped because the cutoff for the reinstatement was on the 10th. So if you didn't reinstate your player by the 10th, that player is unfortunately dropped, and you can't reinstate that player within the college series. You would have to create a completely new player. Say paid a few months ago. Now, if you paid, and you should be on the list then. If you were here, and you paid during the time that Zeke was here as a commissioner for the college series, then he should have had you on the list if you did. If you're not on here, then somehow either you didn't pay him, or yeah. So we made sure to get guys even who paid him beforehand. I don't see Smitty. Here, look. Let me see. Let me scroll down. See what I got over here. See this guy. I'm trying to read you guys' comments real fast. I don't see him. I don't think he's in there. I'm gonna double check that. Okay, so Mix is gonna check to make sure to see if you, if maybe your player slipped through the cracks. But if he can't find you, unfortunately, then your player has to be dropped. And if you are a part of the server, you know what I mean. And that's the thing, guys. Like we had a bit of a situation earlier on with guys. You know, when it comes to certain things and rules in which it are within the league, if you did not do things by a certain deadline, then that's what it is. You got to reach those deadlines, or if not, whatever the consequences are for not reading those deadlines will be the deadlines. It's not on us to make sure that you get those things on time. You know, we want to make sure we got dedicated members who want to be here. So if you're not on time with reaching out, trying to figure out, talking to somebody who's associated with the league, but telling us that, hey, I'm trying to get back in, I got hacked or something, you know what I mean, and you missed the deadline, well, that time, at that point, you know, it's on you. I mean, we didn't hear anything, so you know, time would be done. New players at the bottom. Yeah, let's see. I mean, are you on here? Maybe he threw you on the new players list. Yeah, these are all the new players coming back right now. I don't see a Devontrez Turner. He said the player name he submitted is Devontrez Turner. If you are looking to get a player in the series, I mean, if you don't end up being on this list, you could still apply to create a new one. But it's got to be done by the 16th. I don't remember him hitting me up. I mean, he hit me up before. Remember, he said he was hacked. Okay, if you paid through the form, then you should have a new player. Yeah, and maybe maybe you're not going to show up. Ain't no maybe. You won't show up as Devontrez Turner anymore. So I've got Jason Turner. Yeah, you won't be Devontrez Turner anymore, because once your player is dropped from the college series, that player cannot ever come back to the college series for missing that instatement. You know what I'm saying? So you have to create an entirely different player who's not associated with the last if you miss that deadline. So we got your other guy probably in here. He's saying Justin Turner. So how do you keep up with each player's stats for both RFL and college? So in the RFL, we have a Dropbox in the Discord in which we haven't been able to add up all the all-time stats, you know what I mean? But we have season-to-season stats. That's going to be a big project that, you know, once we get more bread and able to dish that off to somebody, some type of mathematician, and add all that up, we're going to do that. But we do have every statistic from every season of the RFL in the Discord, and you can access that there. Let me see if I can show that off. Okay, it would be a lot. It would probably take a while for me to even think about it. Yeah, so yeah, just know there's an area to go, because we got a ton of channels in the RFL Discord, man. So it's a lot of channels in there with a lot of information, and there's only like a few in which like we normally chat in for a lot of other things, like just general chat and stuff like that. But there's a lot of information in the RFL channel. That's going to be a Dropbox links for you to be able to look at that information. For the college series, we have that as well. I think I can show that at least. I at least know where that is off the top of my head. We have a college series. Where's it at? Oh yeah, this college series records and stuff like that. We haven't updated these though. We created the channel, but Here you go. So from college series 1, 2, 3, 4, you see 7's already created, but you could see in each college series, let's just go to 5 because that's the latest one that we have updated. Didn't put in the stats for the award winners, but you can access all of that right here. If you click on this link, it'll take you to what the stats were. Shout out to Colo for making those too for those players that season. We plan to try to see if we could get some type of what's it called, Daddy Leagues or Neon Sports type of link for the new game if they got something like that, so that way you guys can be able to keep up with it on your own like you could with the RFL. The RFL is manageable through that app, but unfortunately I don't see anything yet for College Football 25. I've been looking around, but you can see here we have the history. You can see from CS4 all right here what the records were, who the top 25 teams were, how the bowl games with conference championship, who won the national championship. All that stuff is within the Discord once you have access to it. Let's see what else we got. CS 8 won't be until around this time next year of 2025. So if you're not going to jump in for CS 7, CS 8 will be about July, August time in 2025. I'll probably open up applications January 1st like I usually do from the past for the upcoming season, just so we can hurry up and get new guys rolling in. So it says, will you be able to edit and player lock on a certain player in the college dynasty like in franchise mode? Now, are you talking about this college series, or are you talking about in general when you get the game? Because if you're talking about in general, just you having access to the game, we still don't know the edit, how much you can edit, what those capabilities are in general for Dynasty mode. I do know you can player lock. He said, yeah, you can player lock on Dynasty. I've seen somebody's YouTube channel. Who is it? I think it was MMG. He did that. Him or somebody, one of the top YouTubers that was able to get early content. I've seen them able to player lock in Dynasty mode, so you should be able to do that. Let's see what else. Yo, what's good? K-State produce. So I think for the most part I don't think I missed any questions of concerns that I didn't get to here. Yeah, it's mainly just sorting out what the issue is. Yep, no problem, champ. But yeah, man, tomorrow is going to be the day, the big day, man, where CS7 is pretty much going to be in gear. I'm just excited, man. I just cannot wait to see. You know, this is going to be definitely the best college series in RFL history, man. Just with it just being on this game, like, you know, and having a true college atmosphere, hearing the bands. I don't even care if we get the copyright strike, man. Ain't no way I'm turning off the bands in college football. Those things got to be on, man. So we're going to be turned all season. I can't wait to see, you know, who's going to win the national championship. I hope we can do all 134 FBS schools and we don't have to go the 40 team route, because that's just going to make it the biggest season literally ever, with the most teams and the 12 team playoff, all of that. Because even for us, unfortunately, well, I guess we would probably have to create our own 12 team playoffs with our situation, and probably do like, yeah, go off of, okay, who won each conference, they get an automatic bid into the 12 team playoff, just like how they got the top Power 5 schools in the college football with how they're doing it this year. And then we just take the next best teams under them, the next 7 best, and create it pretty much the same situation. Take 12 out of the 40 if we have to go that route. It's a tough shit. I see some guys trying to recruit already. But yeah, that's really all I got for you guys. Again, if you're a new player, make sure that you slide tomorrow for the creation stream. Even though we won't be creating your players right there, and we never know, we might move fast creating the returning guys if we're able to edit and do all those things. But we'll figure all that out tomorrow. Again, as soon as 3 o'clock hits, I know I'm gonna be at the crib. I'm gonna be able to stream right away. I'm pretty sure just about everyone took off work, so I don't think anybody's gonna be out there working on the 15th or the 16th. Gonna be looking like a reiteration of COVID outside. But yeah, that's all I got. Appreciate you guys. If you have a question for me and you know how to get in contact with me, hit me up on Discord. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.